Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. Our top story, the Cleveland Orchestra celebrated the life of Martin Luther King with a fantastic concert at Severance Hall.
The first Martin Luther King Jr. concert was presented by the Cleveland Orchestra and the city of Cleveland in 1980. 40 years later, we continue to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King with the goal of using music to unite our community, to keep Dr. King's dream alive, to honor the many Clevelanders who worked alongside of Dr. King, and those who continue to work tirelessly today for racial equality and social justice.
Before the performance by the Cleveland Orchestra, 4 people were recipients of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Award. Among them was Congresswoman Marcia Fudge.
In creating jobs, protecting safety net programs, improving access to education, healthcare, and more. Congresswoman Fudge is all about doing the right thing for the people.
The orchestra and accompanying choir performed to the delight of the packed house.
This is such a wonderful way to preserve Martin Luther King's memory.
Absolutely.
That's why we came tonight.
I am enjoying the concert immensely because I love this place, I love the orchestra, and you cannot be able to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. for all of what he said, a symphony of freedom.
We are absolutely loving it. We try to come every year. This is a wonderful occasion just to commemorate a wonderful man and wonderful people in the community who are also doing things that should be recognized as well.
The Cleveland Division of Fire did some really exciting training recently, and TV20 cameras were there. I must warn you, the type of training they did is not for the faint of heart. From the highest rafters inside the Wolstein Center of Cleveland State University, the firefighters did ropes training for all their high-angle rescue scenarios. Lieutenant Terry Piazza of Cleveland's Fire Technical Rescue Team says the acquisition of new equipment makes the training even more important.
We've got some new equipment, so we've been using that as well. Things called an Aztec and an Arizona Vortex, which is a tripod device that you can use when you don't have a high point, when you have to create your own high point in order to do a rope rescue. So that's what today was really about, was deploying that, learning how to use it correctly and safely.
So what exactly is Cleveland Fire's Tech Rescue 1 team?
So we do any technical rescue as well as regular fire service. So we would do rope training like we're doing here today. We also do all the diving for the city, confined space rescue, trench rescue. So any of the specialized disciplines is what we're also responsible for. So it's continual training to make sure we're up to speed on that.
Lieutenant Piazza says constant training is crucial for his team simply because specialized rescue doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, so technical rescue is high risk, high reward, so it's things that you have to train on because maybe you don't do it as often. We don't do a rope rescue every day. We might go to a fire every day, but we don't rope rescue every day. So it's something you need to train on. So when it does happen, you're efficient, everybody can work together as a team, and we can get the job done and understand our equipment and know how to work it and deploy it safely.
The Homeless Stand Down is an event to help provide individuals, families, and veterans with access to resources like medical screenings, food, clothes, hygiene items, and much more. Homelessness has reached epidemic proportions, and events like these raise awareness while helping the community.
It's truly an amazing annual event. So many people come. We expect about 1,500 today. And equally important, we have probably between 450 and 500 volunteers as well. They come from churches, they are individuals. Hands On Northeast Ohio has a large cache of volunteers, and many of them are the volunteers that come for day-to-day activities.
Events like the Homeless Stand Down not only provide Clevelanders in need with vital resources, It also shows that the community cares.
We both work in the social service field, so we really get to see the impact that organizations and groups that are sponsored here help the day-to-day lives of Clevelanders around. And just being a part of that really shows we get to see the aftermath of all the good work that happens here.
Especially in the wintertime, the homeless become very visible, and we just wanted to be a part of something where we're giving hands-on help directly.
I am so happy for the homeless stand down. It's for the public, it's for their family, it's for veterans and their family. I don't miss a year. I try to come every year. I mean, all the stuff that they have and all the medical stuff that they have and the free haircuts and the free lunch with the all-day pass, the clothes are brand new. And everybody loves clothes and everybody needs clothes. I don't care if you're a kid, a grown-up, a senior citizen. I'm a senior citizen. I don't have a lot of money. Santa Claus and God has been good to me today and every day that I'm alive. So thank you for the Cleveland Stand Down.
Last year, I think they said they had over 1,500 homeless Clevelanders come, and I'm only expecting more than that today. So it'll be a great opportunity to serve as many as we can today.
Homelessness is a major problem, especially since the population and the cost of living continues to rise. Volunteering and donating to organizations that focus on ending homelessness go a long way.
Very thankful that they had took time out of their day to be here with us and help us. Very thankful.
Well, certainly we feel good about this, but I don't think we should ever forget that when they leave here, they're going to be hungry again at some point. They're going to be in need of clothing or medical attention at some point. And at some point, I think we would like to see some kind of systematic attention to the homeless problem.
The Cleveland Municipal Housing Court welcomed their first African-American female judge, W. Monet Scott. TV20 reporter Alex Picterna has the story.
In the atrium of the East Professional Center, the newly elected Judge W. Monet Scott was sworn into office by Ohio Supreme Court Justice Melody Stewart.
And will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as judge of the Cleveland Municipal Court Housing Division.
Fellow judges and City of Cleveland officials gave Judge Scott their support and best wishes.
But it's difficult, seriously, because she is so much to so many people. She's a loving mother, an accomplished attorney, a brilliant former fair housing administrator, housing court judge, and most importantly, a true servant of God.
You are here because of your tireless effort and your love for the community, as well as the work of your many supporters. I know you will continue to build on 40 years of progress in the housing court by solving problems and strengthening the community, house by house, block by block, and neighborhood by neighborhood. Enjoy the journey.
At the end of the ceremony, Judge Scott donned her robes and took to the podium to thank her friends, family, and colleagues.
This is a team effort. I have always said to my volunteers, this is Team Scott. This is our court. You know, even though it falls on me, it's our effort. It's just not about me. Thank you, everybody in the community, Ward 1, Ward 7, Ward 10, Ward 2. These are some of the wards that stomped hard. Thank you so much. I love you all.
TV20 would like to congratulate Judge Scott on making Cleveland Municipal Housing Court history. We'll be right back with more TV20 News.
Need food? We can help. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank's Benefits Outreach Department works within the community to help individuals locate food and apply for SNAP and other public benefits. Weekdays, our help center accepts phone calls from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and walk-ins from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 216-738-2067 or stop in our facility at 15500 South Waterloo Road. Our benefits outreach counselors are out in the community every day assisting with benefit enrollment and connecting the community to vital resources. Keep your eye out for our food truck, providing free, fresh produce and SNAP enrollment in the community. For more information, visit www.greaterclevelandfoodbank.org/gethelp.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. And now it's time for news you can use. As of January 4th, there have been 7,111 flu-associated emergency room visits, 170 flu-related hospitalizations, and 170 deaths associated with the pneumonia or the flu in Cuyahoga County, as reported by the Cleveland Department of Public Health during this year's flu season. Current flu activity is considered very high, which traditionally begins to increase in October and can last as late as May. Cases typically peak sometime between December and February. Influenza B is the predominant strain circulating this season and is associated with 73% of cases. Throughout the duration of the flu season, the Cleveland Department of Public Health is offering flu shots at the Thomas McCafferty Health Center on Mondays from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and the J. Glenn Smith Health Center on Thursdays from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Vaccinations are also widely available at health clinics, doctor's offices, and drugstores throughout the community. Vaccination is safe and is one of the best methods for preventing the flu. Symptoms of the flu can include fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, headache, chills, and fatigue. Because influenza is unpredictable, the timing, severity, and length of the flu season varies, and so the CDC states that getting a shot through the end of January is still effective. For more information, call the Cleveland Department of Public Health's flu line at 216-664-4621. The Greater Cleveland Umpires Association is looking for men and women to take part in America's favorite pastime, as umpires. There is a big shortage of officials in Cleveland, which means there are plenty of opportunities for you to call balls and strikes for local baseball games. If you would like to be an umpire this year, reach out to Dave Bertoloni at 216-215-5108 or email him at the address on your screen. You can also call Colin Robertson at 216-314-5594 or email him at the address on your screen. The City of Cleveland has begun the first phase of construction on the East 105th Street Rehabilitation Project from Wade Park Avenue to Greenlawn Avenue. This phase will include a new 12-inch water main and water connections, repair and resurfacing of existing roadway pavement, replacement of damaged curbs, drive aprons, and sidewalks where needed, ADA-compliant curb ramps, upgrades to 4 traffic signals, new drainage structures, new pavement markings, and parking lanes. One-way traffic will be maintained southbound on East 105th Street from Greenlawn Avenue to Wade Park Avenue at all times. A detour route for northbound traffic will proceed west on Wade Park Avenue, then north on East Boulevard, and then east on St. Clair Avenue to East 105th Street. The work will take place during the hours of 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The project is scheduled for completion in January of 2021. Should there be any questions, please contact the City of Cleveland's construction inspector, Darnell Dunnican, at 216-857-7147. Spring may seem like it's far away, but it's already here at the Cleveland Botanical Gardens, as they have recently opened their Orchid Mania exhibit.
Here we are at Orchid Mania at the Cleveland Botanical Garden, our beloved annual flower show. This is the 14th year of having this show. This year the theme for Orchid Mania is Vibrant Vietnam. We chose Vietnam because there are many orchids that are native to Vietnam and Southeast Asia, and the Vietnamese culture really cherishes plants.
From the beautiful tropic forests and sprawling coastline to rolling hills and mountains, Vietnam's plant diversity is almost unmatched.
We worked with people from the Vietnamese community of Northeast Ohio to put together the show to make it a good representation of the culture of Vietnam. So the show features over 2,000 orchids, orchid plants, including 500 different varieties of orchids. We have a number of different displays. We have our glass house, as always, here at the Botanical Garden, with the biomes of a Madagascan desert and a Costa Rican rainforest. And we have a number of our more exotic orchids on display in the glass house.
This year's Orchid Mania highlights the plant and culture in Vietnam.
We often have a theme around Orchid Mania to show that beautiful flower in a different way. And since so many orchids are native to Southeast Asia and Vietnam, we thought that Vietnam would be a perfect theme for this year's show. There's at least 4 major types of orchids that are native, that were found originally in Vietnam and are now all around the world. And the people of Vietnam, the culture there is very much tied to nature. So that's another reason that we thought that Vietnam was a good theme for this show.
So make your way over to the Cleveland Botanical Gardens for this amazing exhibit.
The show runs from January 18th through March 1st. Every Wednesday, we're open until 9 for Orchids After Dark. It has a little bit of a different feel in here and a different kind of beauty.
The Rotunda of Cleveland City Hall was recently host to Metro Health System's Cleveland Heritage Medal Awards. Metro Health Systems President and CEO, Dr. Akram Boutros, welcomed the crowd to the gala and congratulated the honorees while explaining the importance of the award.
The Cleveland Heritage Medal was conceived in late 2015 to honor those who rose above the rest to enrich our region in historic ways. It was designed to fill a void. It was designed to be the highest civilian honor in the city of Cleveland. An honor that would celebrate those who remind us of Cleveland's rich history of servant leadership.
Selecting the 4 recipients proved to be a very arduous task.
More than 35 individuals who comprise the Cleveland Heritage Medal Committee selected the 4 honorees we're celebrating today. In an exercise free of politics and free of bias, the nominating committee brought forth the names of dozens of esteemed individuals from which to consider, and the selection committee then gathered for further deliberation. It's my honor today to present to you the newest recipients of the Cleveland Heritage Medal.
The 4 honorees who were awarded the 2019 Cleveland Heritage Medal were Thomas Adler, Art Falco, Robert Madison, and Barbara Robinson. Everyone at TV20 would like to congratulate the Cleveland Heritage Medal honorees on all their good work. Holler and Ice Rink has been a staple in Ward 11 for years. Renovations were recently completed, and the city held a grand opening for this wonderful rink right in time for the hockey and ice skating season.
Isn't this a perfect day for ice skating, and especially on this brand new rink that you see behind us?
Holler and Ice Rink provides a great space for Cleveland youth to interact with each other and make important connections. It also provides access to sports that aren't accessible to any other recreation center.
In this ward and in the city of Cleveland, it's important because it's an outlet for kids. Not all kids play basketball or softball or baseball or football. This is a different avenue for them to get some exercise and activity. It's the only outdoor rink. It's the only rink left in the city of Cleveland. And it's an opportunity for them to release some tension, get some exercise, to have some fun, to come out. It's a great way to spend the holiday season with your family, outdoor ice skating. In the summer or in the spring, we have roller skating, which we do learn to skate. We have a free hockey program for youth. We have Learn to Skate for adults. We have an ice show coming up in February where all of our Learn to Skate participants perform, and it's it's also televised on TV20 from all of our skaters that come all the way up from age 4 to 17.
We've been to many park ribbon cuttings and all. This one is very particularly personal to me because I can see many hours that me and my daughter are going to be out here practicing. We're looking forward to the ice show coming up, and it's just a great day in Cleveland, Ohio.
This $1.5 million renovation project has turned Holler and Ice Rink into an amazing regulation-sized rink that will service the community in multiple ways.
I want to thank Mayor Jackson because, he has kept his commitment to providing high-quality recreational opportunities to the residents, the children, the adults of the city of Cleveland. And, this has been a long time coming, but it was worth waiting for.
Thanks for watching TV20 News. We are at Cleveland. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page to keep up with everything going on in the city of Cleveland. Now stay tuned for Christian Patterson and his Inside Sports Report. Take care, Cleveland.